Hey, what is up guys, DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and we have finally done it. We have hit 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for helping me get there, especially to you guys who watch the My Hero Ultra Impact videos, and then to anyone else that watches all my other videos, the Overwatch videos, the Among Us videos, whatever you guys may watch on my channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And to be clear, this is not the thank you video. This is not all I'm doing for reaching 1,000 subscribers. I did a community post about what I plan to do for reaching 1,000 subscribers. So please go check that out if you haven't already and give me your vote and your input, because you guys are what makes this channel. And just thank you so much. So on with the video though for My Hero Ultra Impact. I try to check in with you guys once every 1 million BP or so, and I have reached a new milestone. I actually reached it a little bit ago, but I held off on this video because I knew we were getting close to 1,000 subscribers. I have a total character BP of 5 million. That is so much BP. That is so much stamina. That has put me at like level 93. And that is just a ridiculous amount of stamina. I do believe my hero still caps out at 99, so we're really close to max level as well. So for this showcase, I'm going to go through and show you guys all of my characters, UR, SR, rares, all my UR memories, SR memories, all that good stuff. There's so much going on in the game. And then I'm also going to show you guys which ones are my favorite, like personally right now in the game, stat-wise, art-wise, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and hop in. All right, so we are going to be starting out in the archives, and I'm just going to kind of scroll through and show you guys all the characters I have. As you can see, I have 148 out of 161 registered. I am missing actually a few UR characters. With as much money as I spend on the game, you guys might think he probably has all the UR characters. He's a whale. Well, I'm definitely a whale, guys, but I have actually still not been able to pull every single character. If any of you guys watch my recent summons, you would know that that character slot that is missing right behind Yukata Deku is actually Black Whip Deku, who I was never able to pull. I got really unlucky, and I was not about to go to pity on a general banner when the Ito banner was out and when the Heroes Rerun banner was out. I just wasn't going to go to pity on a general pull character. So hopefully I'll pull Black Whip Deku at some point in time. But like out of all the Dekus right here, I think my favorite Deku is probably the Fantasy Deku, honestly, just because he is so good. My second favorite would probably be honestly World Heroes Missions Deku, just because I like his outfit, then Yukata Deku, then Blue Air Force Deku. Just in terms of how I like characters, not necessarily for stats or art or anything like that. That's just kind of my order of the way I like the characters for the Dekus. And then for the Bakugos, I am missing the World Heroes Mission Bakugo. I'm hoping that at some point in the future, World Heroes Missions banner returns. I know a lot of you guys have been asking, is that ever going to come back? I don't know. There's another game for My Hero that the Strongest Hero, My Hero the Strongest Hero, that has had the World Heroes Missions banner return on that game. So maybe it's a potential thing in the future for My Hero Ultra Impact. Not 100% sure. I'd say at this point it's like a 70 to 80% chance that it comes back. As time goes on though, that chance might go down, and especially with season 6 ramping up for My Hero, I don't know if it'll be anytime soon, because I think they're going to focus their characters around season 6 of the anime. But I do hope it comes back, because like I said, I need that Bakugo. So out of the Bakugos I have, obviously still Purple Fantasy Bakugo, absolute monster, really good unit, like top 2, top 3 unit in the game. He's going to be my favorite. And then surprisingly, Blue Bakugo is my second favorite, then Yellow Bakugo. I don't like Purple Bakugo as much as I like Yellow Bakugo, just because there's too much hype around Purple Bakugo. I kind of value underdogs, and then Purple Bakugo comes after that for the URs. I'm not going to go over the SRs and rares, but you get what I mean. And then we have the Urarakas. I actually do believe have all of the Urarakas, which is nice. I think the Ocean Sun Uraraka is potentially the best healer in the game. It's debatable between her and Najire, but she is very good in my opinion. I'm working on getting her to board 13. I'm on board 13 right now, not finished with her, but really close. Like, that's how good I think she is. I have leveled her up, so if you're looking for a character to level up, Ocean Sun Uraraka, very good, strong choice to choose. Next, we have all the Idas. Out of the 2 UR Idas we have, I'm glad we finally have 2 UR Idas. I really like both of them, honestly. I like the Fantasy Ida better, just because Fantasy Ida is just absolutely cracked. But I was putting a lot of investment into Green Ida before. I think Ida is probably one of my favorite Class 1A characters in general. And so I think that's why I put so much investment, honestly, to into both of these Idas. So I really like both. Fantasy Idas just slightly better in my mind, even though realistically his kit is way better. And then next we have all the Todorokis, just so many Todorokis in the game, kind of like Deku's. Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo, there's just so many of them in the game. But out of all the UR Todorokis, obviously Fantasy Todoroki, in my mind, he is the #1 unit in the game. The best unit, having the defense down, having the barriers, having the speed down, having the frostbite. Like, he just has so technical hits. He has it all. He does it all. He's ridiculous. He'll probably be a #1 unit for a while, unless they just come out with something crazy for the next limited unit. Hard to say, but really, really freaking good. Next, in my mind, I still think Green Todoroki is better than World Heroes Missions Todoroki in some cases. I think he just has more versatility in the game, and he was my first character that I ever got awakened, because I did the awakening missions for Green Todoroki when I originally started playing the game. So he's always going to hold like a special place in my heart. And then World Heroes Missions Todoroki comes next. He's also been very good. I was really hyped when I got him in the World Heroes Missions banner. Once again, that was back like when the game first came out and people didn't really know what they were doing. So I really do like him. And then I think after that, it follows with Red Todoroki because he's more useful, then Yellow Todoroki, then Purple Todoroki. Purple Todoroki is probably my least favorite. That's not to say he's bad. He's just my least favorite. He's not as good as the others in my opinion. And then we have the Asuis. I am missing some sort of SR Asui right here. And in terms of Asuis, there's only one UR in the game for the global side at least. So that one is obviously my favorite. Minetta's, oh my gosh, when is the UR Minetta coming? I imagine when he finally does something in the anime, like something really cool, we're going to get a UR Minetta. Everybody wants it. They're holding back on it. This is like their secret character. If they want to make money, they're going to release this character. This is what they're waiting for. So my guess would be sometime around like Christmas, maybe they release a Minetta, because everybody is waiting for a Minetta. That is not even a joke. I know everybody wants Minetta. And then we have Kirishima, all the Kirishimas. Once again, missing one of them. I think some of these are JP exclusives, so I can't remember off the top of my head which ones are JP exclusives that I'm missing and which ones aren't. I have to actually go look it up, have a list in front of me and all that good stuff. But there's two of them here. Blue Kirishima has always been my favorite Kirishima. Blue Kirishima is far better than Red Kirishima, especially now in the new meta with 3 barriers. 3 barriers is ridiculous. The only one who can really get around Blue Kirishima with relative ease is Blue All Might, but not everybody has Blue All Might in PvP, so Blue Kirishima is actually still a really solid, viable choice for PvP if you're lacking like the Fantasy Ida or those really meta units. Blue Kirishima, really, really good character in my opinion. Red Kirishima, still decent. Not my favorite though, and there was always that debate back in the day about which one's better. I think it's been proven over time slowly barriers are in fact better than damage reduction. That could change. They could do something to change that in the game later on, but for right now, that's the way it seems to be. Then we have Yayurozu. There's only 2 UR Yayurozus. Once again, missing that one I know is a JP exclusive, so I'm missing a JP exclusive right there. And out of the 2 UR Yayurozus, I like the red one more. I actually have her all the way up to board 10, whereas I only have the blue one up to board 6, just barely awakened. And so I thought the red one back when she first came out was going to be like one of the best healers in the game. I thought she was going to rival Nigeria. Unfortunately, her kit just looked better on paper than it was in the game, and it didn't quite work out for PvP purposes, but still I like the red one better than the blue one. If I can be honest though, I think I almost value the SR Yayurozu. Sorry if I've been saying the name wrong up to now. Sometimes I gotta catch myself. Yayurozu over the other Yayurozus, even the UR ones, because the blue Ocean Sun Yayurozu is just so good, guys. Like a really good character. So keep that in mind if you have her. Congratulations. I think she's really, really good. Next we have Tokoyami. Only 1 UR Tokoyami in the game. I said Ida is probably one of my favorites. Tokoyami's up there too as one of my favorites. I really, really like Tokoyami, especially after seeing him in the 6th season of the anime. Like, he's only been in there for, I don't know, 30 seconds, but he has made an impact and he is absolutely nuts. If you haven't watched the 6th season of the anime, go check out the anime. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But Tokoyami, he will become one of your favorites, like when you see what he does. Absolutely insane. So I'm hoping we get a better UR Tokoyami in the future. But for now, I do like the yellow one. Denki Kaminari, the lightning man himself. I like him because he's an underdog. People talk trash on him all the time and say, yeah, he's not good, blah, 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 all this good stuff. But I think Denki Kaminari is a really good UR. He has the hardest hitting attack all plus ultra in the game. And I actually have him all the way up to board 10, I think. I had him, he was my very first level 100 character, or first or second level 100 character. I got him level 100 though, very quickly. I don't know if that was a smart move, but I thought, wow, this attack all is crazy, and it did carry me through a lot of early game content when I was new to the game. Next, we have the UR Jiro. She has been amazing since she came out. I thought she was going to be amazing when she came out, having 2 attack alls. And then since board 13 came out with the ability boards, it's given her more technical hits, and she has the status elements, everything else going on for her. She has the ability to potentially confuse a whole team in PvP. She is a really top tier unit. The reason I wouldn't I value her highly in PvP, but just not as highly as some other characters, is because her confuse isn't always consistent. And then if you miss that, that could end up costing you the PvP match. But Jiro, a very, very, very good character for PvE and PvP content, not to be undervalued. That is a absolute win if you ever pull her or if you have her. And then you can see right here, I am missing some slots here for Muriel. Unfortunately, I'm missing one of them's a JP exclusive. I'm missing the UR Muriel as well. So that kind of sucks. And then we have the characters above. I kind of skimmed over. There's SR versions of all the class 1B characters here. We might eventually get UR versions, but I don't think that'll be anytime soon. Mina Ashida, maybe we'll get a UR. I doubt we get the UR of her before we get Mineta though, so we're waiting to see on that one. Then we have Sun Eater. Sun Eater has been a really valuable character, but if we were ranking the big 3, I would say Najiri is the most useful, Sun Eater is the second most useful, and Muriel is the most useless. And that's kind of sad because a lot of people like Muriel in the anime, but it's just the way it is. All right, and then out of the Shinsos here, there's only one UR Shinso. So once again, I value and put on par actually the SR Shinso and the UR Shinso. They're about on par, both very useful for VE Tower. If you invest in either of them for VE Tower, you will be happy with your choices. Then the All Mights. We have Yellow All Might, Red All Might, and Blue All Might, and we're missing, I believe that's another JP exclusive SR All Might from a story that we haven't gotten yet or may never get. I don't know what the case may be there. It's kind of sucks for people playing global because you have no way to actually finish all your registered characters list as of yet. But yeah, okay, so out of these All Mights here, obviously Blue All Might, the GOAT, ridiculously insane, really, really good. Since we got board 13, I think Yellow All Might has found more uses and he hits really hard. So he's a little bit better than he used to be, and he's free to play, so you can't be upset about that. And then Red All Might. So if we were ranking them in order, it goes Blue All Might first, then Red All Might, then Yellow All Might. Then we have the Aizawas, the Purple Aizawa and the Yellow Aizawa. Obviously, I don't need to tell you which one is better. If you played the game at all, then you know Yellow Aizawa is the absolute GOAT in My Hero Ultra Impact. Really good for PvP and PvE content, an amazing character all the way around. But a lot of people underestimate and forget about Purple Aizawa for that reason. Purple Aizawa has the ability to raise crit for your team. He is really good, and he has bind on his own. So Purple Aizawa is really good and really decent as a character, but Yellow Aizawa just overshadows him because he is such a ridiculously good character. And then you have Present Mike. Present Mike has been a surprise character in how good he has been with his plus ultra gauge raise and with his attack alls. Present Mike is a really solid UR character. I wouldn't say the best, but he is decent in PvE, especially with helping you get those plus ultras and the amount of turns you need for VE Tower. Then you have Mount Lady, who's come out more recently. Mount Lady is decent in my opinion, having 2 attack alls like Jiro. I think Jiro's still probably a little bit better just because of all the other things she does, but Mount Lady has a lot of survivability, and I think that'll be useful for things like Climax Battle. She's been very good in the recent Climax Battle against Gentle Criminal. And then we have the Endeavors. This one's kind of this one's hard for me to decide, honestly. So Red Endeavor came out first, Purple Endeavor came out second. Purple Endeavor I expected to be a lot better, but he has a ridiculous cooldown on his moves, and I think it's Composure is what he has. I think that's what it's called. And so if he has Composure, you get extra burn or extra damage, stuff like that. But then the way his action skills and his plus ultra work out is that you don't have Composure when you need it after the first 3 turns. after that you just run out of composure. So the purple Endeavor is really good for the first 3 or so turns, and then after that he kind of falls off, whereas red Endeavor is good all the way through. I think the only reason I'm going to put purple Endeavor above red Endeavor is because he has that 6-turn burn, which helps really well with Dobby's Hellfire. So I think purple Endeavor is more valuable than red Endeavor, but I think they could both. I think we need a more useful Endeavor than both of these so far. So yeah. And then we have all these pro heroes. We don't really have UR units for any of these yet. I don't know if we'll get UR units for those, but like I said, I don't see that happening anytime soon. And then of course we have Hawks. I'm missing the green Hawks. As you can see, I have the blue Hawks. Blue Hawks has been amazing. I've been trying to pull green Hawks for so long. Maybe someday. That is one of my biggest goals, is to pull green Hawks, but blue Hawks has been phenomenal. And I think even if I had green Hawks, I would still say blue Hawks is better. So I'm happy that I have blue Hawks at least. Then we have the Shigarakis. We have the red Shigaraki and the purple Shigaraki. For no other reason than I like the art. I like the red Shigaraki more. So that is what it is. And then if I'm being completely honest, I like the SR free-to-play red Shigaraki the most. And he probably has the highest stats out of like most of my characters in game, just because he was a free-to-play that you could get to level 130 fairly easily. And then of course you have all the SR villains. Dobby, when he came out, was a game changer. 2 attack alls, the high chance to burn, Hellfire. Dobby, phenomenal top tier unit. Really, really good. If you pull him, you are very lucky. We have the Togas. The Togas are just, I feel like both of them are very subpar. We need a better Toga, hopefully in the future. Then we have my man Twice. Oh man, Twice. If you know, you know. But Twice is a defensive unit. I think he'll be a really good defensive unit if villains ever get a good support villain unit. But we'll have to wait and see. That's the problem with both the pro hero teams and the villain teams. They just don't have a good supportive unit, whereas the UA high class 1A teams have really, really good supports. So maybe eventually we'll get supports for villains and pro heroes. Then we have the all for ones, the purple one and the red one. They're both honestly pretty subpar in my opinion. I can't really rank one over the other, to be completely honest with you. I don't use them much because they're not that great. Then we have Overhaul, the legitimate, I think, in my opinion, and probably in a lot of other people's opinions, the best villain in the game. Yeah, there's just not much else to say. He bleeds, he has fears, he has 2 action skills that have status elements. He's really, really good. Gentle Criminal, a surprise criminal. Like, he might be up there with Overhaul. Gentle Criminal and Overhaul, the 2 best villain units in the game. Gentle Criminal is really good for damage. He does like Hawk's numbers of damage as a criminal. So that's really, like, that's pretty decent. And then lastly, we have Mirko. Mirko has been, for the short time that I've had her, a really decent UR character. And I'm still trying to fully understand how she works, because she's kind of weird to me, in my opinion. But in the anime, mommy, Mirko is absolutely insane in the anime. So of course I had to pull for her, and I'm so happy that I got her. And I've put a lot of investment into her purely because I like her from the anime. So she is one of my favorites right now in the anime and in the game, and that is why I have her on my home screen as well. And then I'm still missing another character. I can't remember if that one's JP exclusive or something else. But yeah, so those are all the characters I have, guys. You can see the ones I'm missing, the ones that I have. Hopefully you guys understand my explanations for why I like the characters I like. Let's go ahead and talk about the memories. So these are all the UR memories that I currently have. I am missing a couple, and don't ask me what the blank spots are, because I have not a freaking clue what the blank spots are. I know I don't always pull for the memories on, like, especially recent banners, because it's just, why? I'll get the memories eventually, right? If I pull the character, I'm more excited about pulling the character. Characters to me overall are just more valuable, but you can see I'm actually missing quite a few SR memories right there. And then I have all the rare memories and the memories from the story and all that going on. So, but yeah, if I were to pick, let's say, one UR memory out of all of them that I liked the most, I used to think it was Hot Pot memory, but recently my mind has kind of been changing, and that is because of how this memory looks when it's DX'd. And so the UR memory I think I would probably choose as my favorite UR memory is going to be this memory right here with Bakugo on it. and I'll tap into it for you guys. Miraculous Coordination is a really, really good memory, especially if you are able to DX it. If equipped by a UA high class 1A character, increases characters plus ultra gauge by 70% when battle starts. 70%, that's insane. Increases characters critical hit rate by 20% when HP is 50% or higher. Great. Also increases characters critical skill impact by 10% for 3 turns when used in a successfully executed skill chain. So that is really good because you're getting critical hit, you're getting plus ultra raise, and you are getting a technical hit. So I think this is potentially, next to Adventure Awaits, one of the best memories in the game. And the reason I'm not choosing Adventure Awaits as my favorite is just because that one is everybody's favorite. So like I had to pick something different, guys, but Adventure Awaits is up there too, of course. Hot Pot Memory, Adventure Awaits, and then Miraculous Coordination. Top 3 UR memories in the game, in my opinion. Out of all the SR memories, my favorite SR memory, I have one that immediately comes to mind for me because I just think it's better than all the other SR memories. Like, I think it's almost worth being a UR memory. It's that good. And that is this one with Najire right here. It is called Patrolling the Town. And so what this one does, I use it for PvP, increases character speed by 40% when equipped by a female character. Also, once per battle gives character ability to evade 2 times when HP is below 50%. That is so good. I actually use this also in the most recent climax battle against Gentle Criminal. Gave Uraraka some extra evasion so she could survive those hits. So a really good memory overall. Put some effort into leveling this up if you have it. Try to get duplicates. Put your SR tickets into this. It's a very, very good SR memory. The next thing I want to talk about, this one I have never actually gone over before in a video, and this is in the archives. You guys can find this, but it has all the previous stories from events and stuff like that. You can tap into it, see those stories, read those stories, and all that good stuff. I have covered a lot of these stories and what I call story time in my videos. Some of you guys have watched those, some of you might not have. But out of all the stories that they have introduced to us since February when the game came out in 2022, I think out of all of these stories, my favorite story has got to be the most recent one, actually, with Kick Them Down, Rabbit and Flames Unite. I think just as time has gone on, they have gotten better at telling stories. Now, all of these stories, I'm not going to lie to you, are kind of generic. Some of them, especially like Splash Attack, Trouble at the Beaches, it was pretty generic. But I like the Rabbit and Flames Unite because it kind of set a precedent for Season 6. It was before Season 6 about something that happened between Mirko and Endeavor. And then they also referred to, I believe it was Kyushu in this story right here on Ultra Impact. And then in the most recent episode of the anime for Season 6, Endeavor said, just like that time back in Kyushu. So like, I think we're going to end up with a backstory at some point between Endeavor and Mirko, and I found it really neat that this game referred to that. So I think that is my favorite story out of all of them. Although there have been decent stories throughout the history of My Hero Ultra Impact. And if you're new to the game and ever wondered what stories you missed out on, well, here you go. Go into the town and go to the archives and check out the different stories that you might have missed. Now I'm going to show you guys my characters based on HP, power, speed, and I think battle power is the last one. So the character with the most HP for me right now is actually the new Fantasy Ida. Fantasy Ida is board 13. Fantasy Todoroki is board 13. Fantasy Uraraka, or not Fantasy Uraraka, we haven't gotten that yet. Ocean Sun Uraraka is almost done with board 13. I don't know if her health will rival theirs, pass theirs, or be less, but it should be no surprise that the fantasy characters are at the top. Najire might actually pass them because I have a DX piece in her and I can level up her health a little bit more once I get Najire leveled up. And Najire, I believe, is only board 10, maybe 11. So I need to get her up as well, and she'll probably pass them in health. But for right now, my highest health character is Ida, surprisingly. And then you guys can see the rare characters right there, the rare Uraraka and the rare Bakugo. I am working on leveling up a full rare team for you guys, getting them to max level so I can do showcases with rare teams for you guys. It takes some time though, of course. But I do think with the new ability board updates with the DX piece route that all of a sudden rare characters can beat content that they probably shouldn't have been able to beat before. I don't know if the devs really realize what they've done, but I'm gonna show them the error of their ways. And basically now this game is very free to play because you don't even need, I don't want to say this almost, but you don't even need UR characters to play the game anymore. You can play the game with rare characters and get away with it. And so I'm going to show you guys that here in the future eventually, but you can see just how much HP those rare characters have compared to UR characters and every other character in my box. Like, it's actually kind of crazy. All right, next for the top of my power list, it should be no surprise that it is the SR Shigaraki. SR Shigaraki is level 120. He is higher than all the other UR characters in terms of level. He has all of his advanced leveling done. He is fully done with his ability board. So he is the highest power character I have, which kind of hurts me to say, but it is what it is. The reason I don't value the Shigaraki like higher than the URs though is just simply because the URs have better kits. So that's also one thing to talk about with the rare characters. Rare characters don't have super great kits, even though they might have really good stats, they don't have great kits, and that's why I think UR characters are always going to be better. But you can definitely beat most content in the game with SR and rare characters nowadays if you level them up. Next is speed. It should come as no surprise that Ida just dominates everybody in this market. He has the most speed in the game, absolutely ridiculous. But then when you factor in other buffs like Mirko's speed buff and Aizawa's speed buff, they actually outspeed Ida in the end. So that's something to take into account. But Ida is my highest speed character. And then surprisingly, Ocean Sun Uraraka is my second highest speed character. Lastly, we have battle power. You can see Shigaraki at the top of my battle power. It hurts me so much to have an SR so high above my URs. But it is what it is, and I gotta live with it. This is what they've decided to do with the game. And they made it really hard to DX UR characters for whatever reason. And so now you just have free-to-play SR characters that are stronger than UR characters. And eventually, once enough SR characters come out, we're just going to have full teams of SR characters that are fully DX'd, outranking UR characters, unless they do something in the future, which I highly anticipate them doing to make it easier to DX UR characters. But we'll see where the game goes. There's just so much up in the air right now for My Hero Ultra Impact. I'm really excited to see what happens with the game in the upcoming year. Thank you guys for this past year. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching the My Hero Ultra Impact videos. And thank you for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. That is the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me some comments. Peace.